This is the first live viewing of this trailer. I was trying to record it earlier, thankfully I never made it through the entire video, because somebody called me halfway through and my recording did not save. So, you know who you are. Quite hacked off, but anyway, let's watch this thing. I will be providing some comments throughout. If you can hear them, that's a good thing, because you get to listen to my godly voice. Lovely. What's that, like water? Okay, the Illuminati are in. Oh no, it's CA. Never mind, sorry.
I am Karl Franz.
Nice to meet you, Sven
I was
Lokenson.
born into this world, just like you. A world of unceasing war and endless terrors. But with a nation of men at its heart, a bastion of hope and courage. The Empire. Led by the craven.
Oh
torn
yeah,
apart
baby.
by the greedy. Weakened.
Look at
and
that.
exposed. Forever on the defense. But no longer.
Now, we unite to purge the evil that
That is the same voice actor of Julius Caesar. I've just realized that.
dare confront us. Follow me, and we will banish this darkness.
Ah, here's the Orcish horde.
As your emperor.
As you can see, the orcs boast a mighty 3 orcs and a giant. Note, 4 is the maximum number I can count up to.
Ready arms!
Oh, baby. Is that Griffin? Crap, that's a lot of Griffins. Ah, don't worry, these orcs will stop. Nope, 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 ow, oh, ah, nope, that, well, there goes some orcs. Oh. Who's this guy? Is that Meteor? Crap, he's a mage. And before anyone asks, that's a wyvern, not a dragon. Yep. He's up. Total War Warhammer. That will roll off the tongue and shelves. So let's begin the reviewing portion, shall we? So, let's start at the beginning. This is obviously a game made by CA. Note that this will come important. So let's have a look. So as you see, we're based in the old world Empire, which is pretty cool. So let's just play it like normally, but without the sound. So you see, it basically goes over the story of how the Empire was made and all that. This is Sigmar. He was a god that made the Empire. Slaughtered a bunch of orcs and that, you know. Just typical fantasy stuff. Then we have the current Emperor, Karl Franz, who's meant to be like the second Sigmar, because he's united this massive nation behind, and you can see that from the original point of view, he's got a pretty good army. Now note this, there are 12 elector counts, who can all be elected as Emperor, and they all hold the same army size as him. It's just apparent that his state's the most well armed. So you see we have a bunch of halberdiers. Oh, let's actually go back to that. Damn it, Karl Franz, I know you're beautiful, but still. So you see we got lots of men in the Empire, but you can also see we can tell the unit formations. This is obviously set on very large. Thankfully with the Empire they're very organized, so we can tell who's who. So you see they form up these little square boxes, so we can roughly estimate how many units are inside, which would say is about 10, maybe 12, 8, somewhere like that. And along by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 along. So yeah. So you see we got the first line is halberdiers, probably the best ones to take on the orcs. So these, they don't seem well armored, but their pajamas can be deceptive. Well, they're not pajamas, they're more like gargazons, like leather. So you see Karl Franz, he's a pretty cool guy. The Warhammer he's wielding is actually from Sigmar, so. And plus he has a cape. You do not mess a man with a cape. He also has the same face as Julius Caesar. Well, it's very similar. So you see we got the orcs. Now with the orcs it's going to be a bit more challenging to tell how their units plan out. But you see they're all running. Unlike the Empire, they're just a ruling mob. Pretty cool actually seeing that many orcs run over a hill like in that fashion. We also seen a giant there. Yeah, well. See the Emperor? Then we see the Imperial troops forming up a formation. Now this is obviously to repel that. We see the orcs forming up into a formation of sorts, but it's hard to say with them. As you can see, they really just blend in with one another, so this could be used for cinematic purpose, could not be. I think it would be pretty cool if it wasn't used for cinematic purpose. We see a few giants in the background, they're standing by themselves. We can make out this shadowy figure. It's not Slenderman, it is a troll. And we'll see them later on. So we see these orcs are coming all over the place. We see the trolls in the background, so they're obviously coming in units. Thankfully, from the information I've heard, you can swarm big units like this. Like, your troops will get a bonus if they surround the beast and take it down. Take it down! Thank goodness Empire is German related. Anyway, we'll possibly see this. So down we have the steam tank, the Imperial troops forming up a line. This tank's obviously pretty effective because it's got a cannon. Then, okay, first we're not going to start with the Hellblaster because the Hellblaster is probably the coolest thing. We have swordsmen. This is another really this is the cousin of the halberdier, to be honest. They're more skilled, but they won't take as many hits as I would imagine. Like, do you see those giants back there? You need halberdiers to take them down, not a damn sword. Behind them we have the more elite greatswords, as you can tell via their hats. So these greatswords, they're lore-wise, they're the bodyguard of all the elector counts. Every elector count will have a force of greatswords. And they're well armored. As you see, we got the differences here. Not much when you think about it, but when you see this guy and compare him, yeah. So the Hellblasters here, they are fine. As you can see, they sort of like have a mechanism where they'll just change out to the next round. Although it's kind of a pain reloading them because you have to reload 9 shots, but they're pretty effective, pretty cool weapons. And let's see the effect. Yeah, we've seen that motion again. Orc after orc getting blown up, but not too accurate. As you see the rear, some shots are going to the rear and missing, whilst others are hitting dead center. But this doesn't really stop the orcs. Emperor's at the front like, get ready! And we see the halberdiers going into action, pretty cool. As we see the trolls are just really smashing for the front ranks. We got a few more units of greatswords and a singular man standing out in the center here. We also have a few handgunners by the looks of things, but it's hard to say. It would be dangerous. It could be crossbows. Who knows? 2 steam tanks as well, so they're probably going to lay down the last volleys before charging in. Maybe. We don't know how tough a steam tank is yet. These aren't really proper steam tanks either, but that's another lore reason. So this guy's obviously a mage. Mages, high-risk units, do a lot of damage, but can be easily taken out due to them just being one person. So we see these trolls and giants, they're just really smashing through these lines. The Imperial troops just really getting hammered, reinforcements streaming in with a steam tank, but you see these Imperial units are going to try and take down this giant. Not a good idea. Like, the giant, if unsupported by looks of things, will get taken down by all the state troops. But it's supported by trolls and the orcs behind them, and look, there's even more reinforcements flooding in for both sides. Then we see the beautiful demigryphs. if you think the knights are elite in medieval society, then you can consider these guys like the elites of knights, because they're on a griffin with a lion's body. You don't mess with that. As you can see, these things, they're pretty dangerous. Pretty dangerous if you have a lion. So these are obviously heavy cavalrymen. They come from knightly orders. We got some orcs trying to stop them. This is really a show of power, because you see these orcs are just really falling underneath their feet. And the giant's like, poof. And there's a mage again. We don't know if this is the same guy as before, but he does bear a striking resemblance. This is an astro mage, so they have power over the stars and that, hence explaining meteor. Steam tank ruined in the background as well. So that goes to show you shouldn't run in your most valued weapons head on, but appears to be another one in back operational. So he's obviously able to use his power just to crush major units like that. But now we have the introduction of the flying wyvern. And you just see he's like, oh no. Yeah. No mage ain't gonna survive that one. Nope. So these introduces the flying units, shows the devastating mobility they'll have, and they're vulnerable to archers and that, but you see all the hellguns and that were concentrated on killing those orcs coming down the hill instead of him. So it's probably a good idea to micro these types of units. So far we've seen the block infantry who do stuff, the cavalry. No real archers yet, but we gotta wait and see. The mages who are high risk have a chance of miscasting, and the monsters who just smash through your ranks, quite literally. So you see the Empire troops are taken back by this. They're retreating, but the Emperor comes in on his personal griffin and is like, yeah, you want to mess with the griffin? You can't handle, well, technically, yeah. So you see Karl Franz here looking majestic as always, something in the background, possibly more griffins, and the title. So yeah, that looks fun. The graphics actually look quite nice, but we gotta wait. I'm a man who waits on gameplay, my friends. Sometimes, like Rome to the War 2, they ain't exactly polished. They ain't exactly brilliant when they come out of the oven. It'll like a diamond. You gotta dig for it a lot. In Rome Total War 2 case, you had to dig a lot for it. But then that game's balanced to a good extent now. So you see the Emperor, he's going to charge in headlong. So, yeah. So don't forget to comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. And I'll see you next time, and we'll talk more about this.